All right, July 23rd, 2020. Finally, baseball season has started today in about an hour. Finally, it's baseball season. The Yankees are playing the Washington Nationals, and then the Dodgers are playing the San Francisco Giants. Who do you think's going to win? It's the new normal. Well, that's what everybody's calling it. I'm calling it the new abnormal. There will be 60 games played in about 70 days. So every team is going to get 60 games, and then normally they play about 1,500 games in a baseball season. The season is just too long. So good thing there's 60 games. Maybe next year they should even keep it at 60 games. But they could spread it out. You don't have to do it in 70 days. You could do it in like 74 days. But 60 games is plenty. 162 is too many. But anyway, so that's how this is shaping up. It's going to be 60 games, and who knows if they're even going to make it through. If a lot of players get sick, they could cancel all this. So you never know what's going to happen. But now when it comes to sports betting, when I do baseball and hockey, I never bet the two at the same time. So I don't really bet baseball till June. After hockey season, after the Stanley Cup is awarded, then I start betting baseball. Usually it's around 20 games every team has played, and then you know who's doing what. You could look at the stats. I don't like looking at last year's stats. Like they say, the Yankees are 1 out of 7 in interleague play in the last 8 games. That was last year. There's been trades. There's a whole new thing going on with the fudgulated virus. So I don't like looking at last year's stats. So that's why I don't bet till June. But can't do it this year because usually I let 2 months slide out and then jump on in when hockey season's over. But nope, can't do that. Because next week hockey season starts. August 1st, hockey season starts in the playoffs. So that's, who knows what's going to happen with the playoffs. Hockey, they're playing in 2 cities. That's it. All the teams are playing in 2 buildings. So it's a whole new thing going on. So I don't even know how much sports handicapping I'm going to be doing. In Vegas, you got in-game betting, so you could bet during the game. So I started a new job a couple weeks ago, working like 14 hours, 10 to 14 and a half hours a day. So I don't even have the time to do all the research like I usually do. So that's why today on Twitter, on the Take the Pizza podcast Twitter account, I put out there a poll on tonight's, there's only 2 games, Yankees Nationals, and then game 2, Dodgers, San Francisco Giants. So I put a poll out there. So let's see what the poll comes out to and see who everybody thinks is going to win these games tonight. All right, so the first game, Yankees and Nationals. It's Yankees 66.7%. 66.7% of the people think the Yankees will beat the Washington Nationals. All right, and then the other game, LA Dodgers, San Francisco Giants, 100% of everybody that voted LA Dodgers will beat the San Francisco Giants. So maybe that'll be my new research. I'll put money on the Dodgers and I'll put money on the Yankees and see what happens. You got to come up with new strategies. You got to adapt to the conditions that's going on. So maybe this is going to be my new way of picking games. Who knows? Make it interactive with the podcast and the baseball betting and hockey betting. And I'm not even going to talk about football because, I think we got preseason football. I don't even know if there's going to be a preseason football. When August comes around, we'll figure it out. That's what you got to do. Figure it out. All right, so that's the sports. The stock market tanked today. tanked. Unbelievable. Tanked unbelievable. The Dow Jones down 353 points. NASDAQ down 244. If you have stock in Amazon, it went down $113. Google went down 52. Tesla went down 79. It's a big roller coaster. Up one day, down the next. That's the way it is. Just because the Dow Jones dropped, 353 points doesn't mean, you lost a lot of money. Stock could only go down 50 cents. Since the beginning of May, I stopped watching Fox and CNN. Total ban on Fox and CNN. Because all they're doing is manipulating everybody. It's a total psyop on how to manipulate you. How could one news be on this side and then the other news be 180 degrees the other way? That means it's all bullshit. So as of the beginning of May, I said forget Fox and CNN, because all they do is get people mad, and then they go up on social media and they start arguing with everybody, and that's putting more fuel onto the fire, and that's why the country is... baseball season starts today. All right, so I'm going to go with the Yankees, and I'm going to go with the Dodgers. That's according to the Twitter poll right there. And let's see how that goes.